workers are registered licensed practitioners who pass the social work licensure examination. They are responsible in helping people cope up with their problems that they are facing at one point in their life. They assist individuals and families having financial limitations and those in crisis situations. They provide protection and safety measures for vulnerable groups like the elderly, the women and children, in partnership with other helping agencies and professionals.
Hi! Welcome back mga kapamilya, mga kaibigan, and colleagues in the social work profession. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Vlog 19 na po tayo, and for today's video, it is all about what social workers do. Ano yung mga ginagawa nila that makes them essential with or without the COVID-19 pandemic. Sa matagal na panahon, ang mga social workers ay nakilala sa isang bagay, ang tagapagbigay ng mga relief goods o mga dilata pag panahon ng kalamidad. In today's video, it will give us a clearer understanding ano-ano yung mga ginagawa ng mga social workers and why they are an important workforce in the community, in the hospital, or even in mental health facilities among others. Panoorin po natin itong video para malaman nyo kung ano-ano mga ginagawa ng mga social workers at hindi lamang yung tagapagbigay ng mga dilata at relief goods tuwing may sakuna. One is psychosocial evaluation. Ito yung pagkalap ng informasyon o data gathering about the patient, about his family, the socioeconomic condition of the family, at gamitin itong mga datos para makagawa ng tamang pagsusuri ng kanyang problema and the right intervention relating to his or her problem. Next is coordination, networking with other agencies, mapa-government man o privately owned institution. Ang social worker ay nakikipag-ugnayan sa iba't ibang ahensya and professionals para lubos niyang matulungan ang kanyang kliyente ayon sa kanyang problema. Number 3 is counseling. Ito yung most common, most popular function ng isang social worker. Lalo't lalo na kung yung kliyente na pupunta ay victims of violence against women and children, mga trauma cases. Dito, ginaguide niya ang kanyang client on what actions would be most appropriate taking into consideration the nature of his or her problem. Number 4 is protective services. Dito, ang social worker nag-intervene in behalf of the vulnerable group such as the children, the women, and our elderly who may be in danger at any given time. Moving on, the social worker conduct home visit and home conduction also. Ginagawa yung home visit to validate the information given during the interview. Number 2, assess the physical and social environment of the client. And then, kung kinakailangan din, kailangan mag-collateral interview. Number 6 is social workers as training facilitators and supervisors to our social work students in their internship and on-the-job training. Next is social workers as advocates. Dito, ang social worker will speak in behalf of their clients if and when needed, especially those who cannot speak for themselves, those who cannot defend for themselves. Ang social worker ang magsasalita para sa kanila. And then, because of the Malasakit Act, ang social workers ay sila yung nagmamanage ng Malasakit Center. moving on, kasama rin ngayon sa trabaho ng isang social worker, if you are a hospital social worker, yung point of service PhilHealth enrollment. Kung ang pasyente walang PhilHealth, trabaho ng isang social worker ay i-enroll siya ng PhilHealth para magamit niya yan paglabas.
Last but not the least, social workers as patient navigator. He or she focuses on the needs and problems of the client. Nakatuon siya kung ano ba ang real problem ng kliyente niya at i-guide ito on what to do upang ma-minimize o maibsan anumang problem that may interfere in the helping process. Included in the activity as patient navigator is to explain to the patient and his relatives in simplest language possible para maintindihan nila ano ba ang kanyang diagnosis, ano ba yung kanyang sakit, and the treatment process.
Hello po, ako po si Cathy Sotomayor, isa sa mga social workers po ng East Avenue Medical Center. So ano po ang mga ginagawa ng mga social workers that make them essential? Here at East Avenue Medical Center, I am part of the Women and Children Protection Unit. I have experienced and learned that social workers are really important in helping out the victims of abuse, particularly the women and children. Kadalasan, sa isang hospital po tinatakbo ang mga biktima ng pang-aabuso upang malunasan agad ang kanilang tinamong sakit. Social workers are essential in recognizing, recording, referring, and reporting the abuse cases. We provide their needed support in order for them to become resilient. We conduct psychosocial counseling with the victims and their families. We provide protective services to ensure their safety upon discharge. We also conduct home and community visits. We conduct case conferences with the doctors and nurses for the holistic evaluation of the case. Although we are still experiencing this COVID pandemic, social workers at the East Avenue Medical Center continue to enhance their skills in handling abuse cases through available webinars and online trainings. Handling abuse cases may be tasking and difficult, but it is indeed one of our major functions in helping clients help themselves.
I'm Marites Rabino Pancrudo. I'm one of the medical social workers in East Avenue Medical Center under the supervision of Ma'am Elisa Abeliar. Isa po sa functions namin mga social worker ay ang pag-coordinate po sa barangay, local government, or institutions. Napakahalaga po ito dahil hindi po maiwasan minsan na mayroon kami mga abandoned patients or kaya walang bantay or kaya may mga kamag-anak naman pero hindi po sila kiniklaim na kamag-anak. We conduct home visitations to validate informations. At kung wala po talaga silang mga kamag-anak, nire-refer po namin sila sa mga institutions na pwedeng mag-cater po sa kanilang mga pangailangan. Meron din naman po kami mga pasyente na nare-reunite sa kanilang mga pamilya. Malayo man ito o malapit, pinipilit po namin sila na ma-locate at ma-reunite po sa kanilang family.
Hello everyone, I am Joylene Cabrestante. Isa po akong social worker sa East Avenue Medical Center sa Quezon City. So ang East Avenue Medical Center po ay isang pampublikong hospital. So nag-start po ako dito since 2011 po bilang isang medical social worker. So bakit nga po ba may social worker sa isang hospital? Ano po ang role ng isang social worker? Ang isang social worker po ay maraming tungkuling ginagampanan sa isang hospital. At isa nga po dito, ang social worker po ay in charge sa point of service PhilHealth enrollment. So, ano po ang point of service? Po ay isang klase ng PhilHealth po sa isang pampublikong hospital na kung saan po ay ito ay sponsored ng gobyerno. So, kung ang pasyente po ay walang PhilHealth at eligible po siya based on social worker assessment and classification, siya po ay ini-enroll ng social worker sa PhilHealth. So, ang PhilHealth po na ito ay magagamit na ng pasyente during his/her confinement. So, paglabas po ng pasyente, wala po silang babayaran sa hospital bill. No? So, ang PhilHealth po na yun ay valid po siya within a year. So, isa lamang po yun sa tungkulin na ginagampanan ng isang social worker sa isang hospital that makes him her essential. Aside from that, marami pa pong tungkulin, role, ang isang social worker sa isang hospital.
Ako si Gisa May Di Padubon. Social worker po ako sa East Avenue Medical Center since 2017 and my current rotation is COVID building sa SERID building namin sa East Avenue Medical Center. Ang SERID building is Center for Emerging and Re-Emerging Infectious Disease at East Avenue Medical Center. Ang hawak ko doon is yung 5th floor, 4th floor, 2nd floor, and SERID ICU. Hours ng duty ko from 8 to 5, Monday to Friday. Nagko-conduct na ako doon ng sinesensus ko yung buong floors. Doon sa mga sinabi kong floors kanina, as well as nag-a-assess ako ng mga patients, nag-phone interview ako since ang problem natin sa ngayon, yung ating communication dahil hindi tayo pwedeng mag-face-to-face. Meron din kami mga ginagawa like nag-interagency referral if kailangan ng pasyente ng mga laboratories or procedures from outside. And ayun, nag-post discharge plannings din kami upon interview. So most likely, more on coordination siya doon sa 8-hour shift. Ang SERID building, hindi lang siya natatapos sa pag-classify ng patients from COVID-confirmed, COVID-probable, and COVID suspects. Upon admission, tinitingnan namin agad kung anong underlying diagnosis nila, like yung mga data namin from monthly reports, there is an increase of suicidal cases coming from having infected with COVID. That's what makes a medical social worker essential during this pandemic. If the patients are assessed with suicidal attempts or intention during admission, we check on them from time to time, asking them if they have eaten, if the doctors have visited them during their shift. Yun, may mga ganon kung how are they feeling. Kasi most likely, kapag ikaw ay nakakonfine sa isang COVID building, ang daming pwedeng tumakbo sa utak mo that can overwhelm you and will lead you to anxiety. Dapat vigilant ng social workers on how they will handle patients, how will they help them cope and build resiliency so that pag na-discharge na sila, kaya nila yung sarili nila mentally and emotionally after the discharge.
I'm Girlie Rose G. Alminye. 4 years na ako natatrabaho dito sa East Avenue Medical Center. Bilang isang social worker, nagbibigay kami ng psychosocial support sa aming mga pasyente na nakakaranas ng depression, pangamba, at takot bunsod ng COVID-19. So, maigting na pakikipag-ugnayan namin sa local government units at iba pang ahensya, mapa-private man o government upang lubos na matulungan ang pasyente at ang pamilya. So, thank you very much po sa aking boss na si Ma'am Elisa Villar na pinaunlakan na ako ay makasali dito sa kanyang isang vlog. So, please support Ma'am Elisa sa kanyang vlog.
Hi everyone! Ako po si Maria Babasoro, medical social worker dito po sa East Avenue Medical Center. So, ano nga po ba yung mga roles na ginagampanan ng mga social workers sa medical setting? So, madami tayong mga ginagampanan as social workers sa medical setting. So, isa na doon is yung ating classification of our patients. So, how do we classify our patients? Meron tayong assessment tool na ginagamit kung saan itong tool na ito ginagamit natin para malaman natin to what extent pwede natin ibigay na tulong doon sa ating mga pasyente. So, we also do referrals. So, sa referrals, ano ba yung ginagawa natin sa referrals? So, meron tayong interagency referrals. For example, meron mga procedures, yung mga pasyente natin na hindi available dito sa hospital and available siya to other hospital. We do the interagency referrals para at least somehow yung bill nila or yung procedure na gagawin nila doon sa kabilang hospital is at least kahit paano mabawasan siya. Hindi lang ganoon yung referral natin. Meron din tayong referral para, for example, sa blood bank or sa Red Cross para matulungan din yung mga patients natin na nangangailangan ng gamot. So, we also do the coordination. So, ano ba yung coordination? Actually, yung coordination, medyo malaki siya, malawak yung coordination natin. So, yung coordination kasi, hindi lang siya dito sa loob ng ospital, but also sa labas. For example, merong inire-refer sa atin yung mga nurses natin sa ward na kailangan na makontak yung relative. Kasi minsan, yung mga relative na hindi na binabalikan yung mga kamag-anak nila, most especially kapag medyo matagal-tagal na sila dito naka-admit sa hospital. So, ginagawa natin, tinatop up natin yung barangay. So, tinatawagan natin si barangay, humihingi tayo ng tulong para mapuntahan yung address na binigay sa atin ng ating mga pasyente. So, para din, at the same time, malaman natin ano ba yung reason behind hindi na pinupuntahan si patient. Usually, yung reasons nila is wala na silang pang-tustos sa pang-araw-araw nila dito sa hospital. So, kapag ganoon naman, ang ginagawa naman natin, as much as we can, tumutulong naman tayo. So, other than coordination, meron din tayong coordination sa ating doctors, sa nurses, hindi lang doon, hindi lang sa barangays, but also to the local government units, kung saan tinatop up din natin sila to help our patients na naka-admit dito sa hospital. So, aside from the coordination, meron din tayo doon sa managing the disposal of the cadavers. So, isa din sa mga ginagawa ng social workers, most especially this COVID time, yung pagmamanage ng cadavers. So, we also do, doon sa pagmamanage na yun, kasama na din doon yung home visitation, tri-media, and then also, hindi din mawawala yung coordination doon. So, hindi, sa dami ng ginagawa ng social workers, hindi ko na siya maisa-isa. So, basta yun. So, guys, thank you very much. Bye.
Ang social worker ay siyang tumutulong sa mga walang kakayahang magbayad sa ospital. Kung wala sa ospital ang needed for the services ng patient, nire-refer nila ito sa ibang ahensya upang lubos na matulungan ang kanilang kliyente.
Social workers has always been visible with or without the COVID-19 pandemic, leaving their loved ones behind to respond to their mandate as human service providers. Being relevant and essential during these difficult times is not only a matter of choice, but a great privilege to serve humanity, the sick, the poor, the women, the elderly, and the children are priorities. What we do may remain unrecognized and underrated to many, but we continue to respond to our calling and our professional mandate, which is to service people in extraordinary ways in an extraordinary times.
Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, everyone.